Hello everyone and welcome to another match of Rivals Pro, this time between ChrisX3 and Mehdi for a spot in the final four. This is a lower bracket round 4 match. I think it is the fourth one from the end. Only 4 matches remain after this if I calculated it correctly, and we are going to get started really soon now. If I find the right message to send to the players to begin the big ban phase. With some loud typing, I know, but now we get going, and ChrisX3 has the first ban. Of course, it is still the map pool of 7, and after 2 bans we see 2 picks and another 2 bans. Starting in Isle of Scale for the ChrisX3 ban. Now I'm not exactly sure if I set it up correctly, but I guess you will see it in the options right now. Mehdi with a ban in a moment, from 6 options to choose from. He has usually banned Heaven Island first when he could, which has been a nice strategy for him because of course he's still in the tournament. So we will see if that remains the case here as well. Still Mehdi's choice. Two maps from Season 1, Hokkaido and Sapienza. 4 from Season 2, Scale, which is now banned. Heaven Island, Miami and Whittleton Creek, and that leaves us with 1 map from Season 3, which is Berlin, of course, the map with the most amount of targets, and the one where you can mix and match, of course, to see which 5 we want to eliminate. Mehdi taking his time still. Going to have a look at the match screen to see if something has happened or... No, Mehdi is live. So just apparently a long thinking phase, and now we can see it is a Heaven Island ban. And it's his turn now to pick a map from the remaining 5. And yeah, as Chris said, it is the wrong map order, so sadly I realized it a bit too late, and I'm going to just set up a new one. So back to Hitman, the custom map pool, Berlin, Sapienza, Whittleton Creek, Miami, Hokkaido, Heaven Island and Scale, the 7 maps. Best of 3. Ban, pick, ban until this decider, but of course can still quickly customize it. But it is now true, so really quickly just going to change this one up to ChrisX3 again. And sending it to the correct people again. And we can continue with the map picking process. And once I get the right browser source, which I can add to the link given by the admin, you can quickly see that Chris has banned Isle of Scale again, so very fair of him to start again. And there's the Haven ban, and now we are back to where we were, with Chris picking the first map of the match. Which is going to be the Whittleton Creek. The Whittleton Creek map. How many of these maps have secondary objectives? I guess it is Whittleton and Sapienza. The ones that are relevant, at least. The scale, the constant extraction is not a factor, so we will see the two actual maps with the secondaries, and then we are 2 bands away from finding out what the decider will be, or would be in a case of a 1-1 tie after 2 maps. Hokkaido ban, and one more. Berlin or Miami for Mehdi. He will ban one, and the other one will be the decider. And we see the Miami ban, which means Berlin will be the last map, and I got to get working. Whittleton Creek first means Mehdi bans item for Whittleton. Chris has already let me know what that first ban would be, or like the second ban rather, sorry. And these are 2 different item bans, so we are good to proceed already, and we are good to proceed with the 2-man cast as well, because I can see now ThatObserver in the chat. Welcome.
Hello, and for fun, how are we doing today?
Hello. It's a bit hectic with the start, but we are in for a really nice match, I'm sure. How about yourself?
Good, yeah. Just grinding away on Ambrose, so I'm sure everybody else is in their time off.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone hopping in for some non-Ambrose action. Of course, a couple of roulette tournaments around, but still nice to see. Can I find the right channel to post? There you go. We already got the bans for the first map, and these will be in order. Can't type.
Lovely, yeah.
We got the bubblegum first from Mehdi. And
I see, yeah. Yeah, bubblegum's a popular one for Whittleton. Get rid of that barbecue owner.
Yeah, I'm not really worried, because it's not the only way to get the disguise, but I'm intrigued if that would be the disguise to get today.
Yeah, exactly. Let's hope not. I guess that's their idea at least.
Yep, and I finally finished typing, so I think we can rush it for 15 past the hour. 2 minutes to set up, and we can also make the transition to the match screen now and share the link with you as well as soon as I can, or as soon as I am ready.
That's perfect.
So is the red spin and the bubblegum and the thematic device are banned, so we are going to another live, and here is a spin, a legal one, so we are good to go for 15 past the hour for a 30-minute timer as usual. There we go, just 1 more minute to go, and can also send you the link now as well.
Perfect. And yeah, I was just about to say, I don't think with the late stages, even in the lower bracket, those 30 minutes don't really get hit anymore. Slowly but surely, the players are clearly getting better and more comfortable with this restriction style.
It's really impressive to see, yeah, because they are also handicapping themselves with the 2 item bans, and sometimes they do go hard. Like, of course, I mean the emetics in Haven, the key hackers in the Hokkaido, so lots of ways to make it really tough for yourself, but very well done so far by the players.
Yeah, especially I haven't been following as much as I would have liked to with all of the streams, because there's been so many matches, but I've seen Mehdi's had quite the the fight up here, because he is kind of a relatively new player to these tournaments, to my knowledge at least.
Yep. This is his first tournament, if I'm not mistaken, his first ever competition in the Hitman family, and he came
Wow.
prepared, and from
Yeah.
the get-go, now I think counting 3 loser bracket wins, and this is a rematch, by the way, against ChrisX3. He knocked him down to the lower bracket, and now this is his revenge, which starts here in Whittleton Creek. Would you mind running down the spin for us?
Of course, yeah. So we have Janus consumed poison as Gunter Mueller, and then we have Nolan Cassidy SMG as James Batty. So pretty nice, kind of disguises next to the target. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Janus is apparently
First thought of mine is that
with another resident of Whittleton
the
Creek.
disguises and the kill methods themselves won't make any issues here. Luckily, the Batty grab and the Mueller grab are very easy itemless, so no problem with the lack of gum and Matic device. But I like the consume poison here because that's something of a formality for most disguises, but it is Gunther Mueller following Janus so closely, so I'm interested to see if there will be any problems with that.
Yeah, and we see more often than not, if you miss a certain cycle of Janus, some people think, oh, I'll get him last. If you don't get him in a certain cycle, you are going to be waiting at that bus stop we usually see.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen a lot of matches in the past where people don't know the timing, and then they spend like a minute and a half waiting. So hopefully they get a good cycle.
Wouldn't be surprised if the second opportunity is as late as 7 minutes or so, because it gets really high on the timer and gets really stressful compared to the garage isolation and Nolan second. But Chris is going Nolan first with a basically 1 minute a kill at 1 minute. He's not eliminating Nolan just yet, but he has those 3 clues now, so he will make his progress.
Yeah, I love the sedative approach from Chris.
Just ties it
Very
so
nice.
nicely, yeah. Of course, the last KO on the Exterminator ensures that the sedative poison stays in the house, so bodies will keep getting found, but once some guards from some other part of the map enter the house, they will be sedated as well.
And yeah, the approaches are really interesting here. I like Maddie's approach as well, using the gramophone just to get Gunter. It's such a niche thing to do, but it works pretty well right here.
This will delay the usual consume poison timing of, I would say, the mid 3 minute, I think like 3:25 or something, but it's a very safe grab, and he can set up the other half of the spin, the clues, and the Nolan isolation.
Yeah, very nice right now.
Oh, I think Color Lonely is right though. If the gramophone is left on and Janus had started his conversation to no one, so I guess it's a monologue now, then the next stop for him is the basement and talks to his Soviet days next to the hammer and sickle statue.
Oh yeah.
If that happens, but Janus so far, I think that's an arrow to up to the north, so I think he's still upstairs. But... Huh.
Oh, and a bit messy here for Chris. Meanwhile, Janus is in the kitchen already for him, and he doesn't look happy.
He doesn't have a way to get these guys in time, and I did not see if he put in the poison there. If he did, then it's a restart.
I don't think he did. I think he just got the clues and was heading straight over after killing Nolan and got all of the clues, and just happened to approach the kitchen as Janus was here. So yeah, it's going to be tough for him to get Gunter and poison the tea before first cycle Janus now. Although we did have a restart from Maddie in the meanwhile.
It seemed to me still green guns for Mehdi, but of course the situation looked a bit grim there. The timing's not really working out there, and Janus on his own route. But troubles for Chris as well. I'm not sure how you can salvage this one, but I guess he won't in this run, because that's an orange KO.
Oh, you hate to see it.
That's absolutely brutal. He was at least the 45-degree behind, and then it was still the head turn which got him.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. That was kind of just fate telling Chris to restart, to waiting for that timing.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see or think about at least whether the run would have been salvageable. I don't really have a way to back this up, so I'm just theorizing whether the muffin lure, placing the muffin on the plate, would have any similar is it even a weak lure there? Like, if he sees the muffin, he goes to eat it on his way back. That's my weak guess, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure, sadly.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen the muffin used in that way, so you definitely could be right. I don't think it's been practiced mainstream enough to know, but definitely worth a shot.
Yeah, gets hunted this time, Chris, so Mehdi's advantage will rise a bit. Who this time has a disguise. Janus on his own route as well. You don't. The way you see it on the minimap, it's the middle of upstairs. It's just so unconventional, and can only hope that he will find his way down. He should drink by himself.
And yeah, I think in terms of routing right now, I do think Mehdi has the advantage because people do know that cycle for Nolan, getting him in the garage. That seems to be these players kind of go to. Same for Roulette as well. So I do think this poison timing is vital for the players because that's what caused Chris to rip. So we'll have to see if it works out for Mehdi this time.
Yeah, curious to see. Just my eyes are locked on that crosshair, which indicates where Janus is, and it's really hard to say what will happen next to him. But he will go towards Nolan. Don't think he will be comfortable enough to change into Betty just yet, but he can set up the other parts of the spin with the clues.
Yeah, most definitely. He'll definitely get those 2 clues. Maybe even just have Batty ready. Then all he can do is wait. But yeah, I'm not sure. Since Janus was doing a bit of upstairs roaming, I'm not sure what time he's going to drink now. Probably around the 4-minute mark.
Yeah, I would guess so at least. So can be interesting with the Nolan garage isolation. Luckily, Nolan is not a live kill, so can still do the isolation as Gunther. But that's a red guns for the orange KO. Both sides now with a very unfortunate head turn.
Wow.
What a brutal map so far.
IOI gave us Stingray vision, but they chopped their arm off in the other maps.
IO giveth and taketh away.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate there for Mehdi. At least it kind of balanced itself out. Both players got a rip they didn't expect.
Oh, Chris is in a bit of a trouble, losing HP there. He's looking for firearm.
Well, I think he might die. He keeps looking. He's gonna die.
He dies now.
And he will.
But I completely missed what he was looking for because he had all 3 clues and he starts with the silenced SMG.
Yeah, so it's strange actually. I'm not too sure.
Does he start with the silenced SMG? He has to start with it. I do remember the one-handed at the start of the spin. Now I'm confused. Maybe he's looking for the two-handed one from someone. I think the couple of them have coverts. Not that it really matters for the fumigated house. But
yeah, unfortunate there for Chris. I'm curious why he didn't turn off the ventilator and just dealt with the exterminator. Maybe he just was committed to finding it. But regardless,
yeah, it's hard with the cameras on. Yeah, for Mehdi, we could see now very clearly that Janus is on his run outside, and I can really try to think of his next step. Like, is there a memorabilia upstairs where he starts talking? Because he was definitely running somewhere.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, but Mehdi with the preparation, and I guess this way he has plenty of time to hide this crucial body, which definitely would be found after a poison kill.
Yeah, most definitely. And to be honest, Mehdi pretty much has that route down now. He just got super unfortunate like Chris did with that KO onto Batty. That's just super unfortunate, but I think he's going to go as fast as he can. Not that he even can because he's waiting for consumed anyway.
Yeah, worst feeling. You try to rush it, but you are tied to those timings which are set by the game and sometimes just get even worse and longer. But it looks like Chris's run is now working, and that's a... So there was either a replan or just messed up the loadouts, but ChrisX doesn't have the one-handed silenced SMG, and he was looking to steal it from the Cassidy guards.
And yeah, there was a bit of hecticness there on Chris's screen because I think he tried to shoot a camera, but he got gunshot heard, and then there was a guard. And the exterminator came in, but he dealt with it pretty nicely. He's going to deal with Batty now as well, maybe.
Yeah, with the newfound cigar box, which luckily for the players doesn't have to. The player doesn't have to exit with it. So that's Batty, and there's the two-handed SMG, and now he will definitely have the Nolan kill.
Yeah, and just as Chris does it, Mehdi is doing it, but he's on the end side of it. So he has Janus ready for the poison and is going to do all the clues now. So big lead for him right now, even though their time isn't that far away.
Yeah, going to be 3 clues at this point in time. But 3:45 we can see just Nolan closing in on the phone call spot. So there's one more conversation you do not want to trigger, but with the seeker in hand, Mehdi doesn't mind and we'll just seeker him regardless. And okay, so far away from us we could see an instinct, a very tiny Janus, but it did seem like that he's downstairs now, so he could have the Helen phone call and maybe the kill soon enough. Now it's 4:07, so definitely a late poison.
Yeah, definitely that upstairs roaming from him definitely delayed him a lot. But it looks like he's just standing at it right now.
Increases.
Yeah, same issue for Chris.
Yeah, I think he was just seconds away from having a clear sight on Gunther, and then the double emetic would probably get the disguise ready, but Chris will go for the Janus emetic to delay him by a minute and get the disguise in the meantime.
But yeah, meanwhile Mehdi has Nolan down. Not much left that can go wrong. Just pop on that disguise SMG kill and go straight to the bridge.
Yeah, I feel like, I guess it's one crucial restart on either side, but Chris with a couple extra ones early, and it's hard to say who would have... Yeah, Janus will definitely... Chris will definitely have the better in-game time, because this should really end in 60 seconds and then goes to drink. And by that time Chris will be at the exit, but Mehdi will be the first finisher and takes the lead on his opponent's pick, which is big news for him.
Yeah, very nice from Mehdi. I'm still so amazed. Obviously they're a new player, so I don't know their skill level, but yeah, they're really making a name for themselves, especially going above and beyond to stream the game, even though they're literally restricted to. It's really nice to see.
Yeah, such a great match so far, and his great tournament run for him as well. Where are we going? Even Sapienza, so I will ask for their bans. And then we get going with the second map in just a couple minutes.
But yeah, Sapienza is a fun one. I think some of our common bans are things like EMP, Tranks or Seekers, as we see in most maps. EMP being the more map-specific one. Not that it makes much of a difference, but does add that extra element of fear.
It can really throw you off if you can't have the EMP, although of course most players either have it figured out with the EMP or the sniper, or both of course, but I think it can still be a nice tactical ban.
Especially things like player might have an SMG and they think, oh, I'll just go for stalactite, and then they accidentally clip cameras and they have to go over and get cams and then they exit. Could be like 30 seconds just to mess over your target because they might be thinking it's just an easy virus elimination. But just little things like that to kind of push your opponent over a little bit.
And for 30 seconds, if you imagine just a straightforward Sapienza with inside dimension disguises, then it just becomes the crucial difference. So yeah, very interested to see how it works out. And we have the two bans. First, it is ChrisX3's ban, the Silent Snipers, and Mehdi banning the Snail.
Oh. Yeah, Silent Sniper is a In my opinion, definitely a better band than an EMP because it kind of serves as a gun and an EMP. That's like it's easy to get the virus from the same spot. So yeah, that's a nice ban, I think. Also, a door opener. So no lock door opening with snipers either. And then the snail as well. Which, to be honest, we don't see used too often, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to think. I guess Oscar Lafayette has that snail strategy that people use.
Oh, true.
But of course, he can be seekered.
Yeah, I haven't gotten myself to learn the new strat. I can see how it happens, and yet I just can't make it work.
Yeah, it's a tough enough item to use. It has a bit of, it's a bit temperamental as well. Sometimes it just won't pop.
Yeah, it can definitely be tricky. The disguise it outside can sometimes be tricky, and doesn't have to be the worst thing ever. But if you just have one restart with Jingles or the Private Detective, then it can already be the deciding moment.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, I think everything is ready now. We got the 2 legal methods, and in 1.5 minutes we get going, and pressure is on Chris, because if he doesn't win this one, he's out of the tournament, but if he does win, he will be happy with the no time limit Berlin decider.
Oh, wow, yeah. And look at that as well. The minute it's not banned, both players have an EMP. It's definitely a vital item on this. Especially when you don't have a gun to shoot it. Looks like Chris will have a choice to shoot it with a silenced pistol, but no point, just in case you cause a triple shot or anything.
I would love to have... Sorry, I would love to have the aim to be consistent first or second try with the virus, which is so tiny and so far away. So I envy those who can make the pistol shot as at least a sort of semi-consistent strat.
Yeah, it's a good. I know a good few people get a like first or second shot when they're playing, but there's always that one time where every shot is missing, and it causes them the match or it causes them a reset, and that's why I think play safe, not fast.
Yeah, that's no matter the format, it's still the play for or at least in roulette. Any real time game mode, it's nice to be safe, but always a great battle of styles. If you have a good in-game time, you have to perform, otherwise it's the slow and steady that wins the race. But who will win the race in this second spin? I'm really excited for this one, because yeah, we talked about the disguises, and we did get 2 disguises which are somewhat interesting. Silvio Caruso, flawless street performer, and Francesco De Santis, loud explosive weapon as Dr. Oscar Lafayette.
Yeah, this is a nice spin.
Gonna be nice for us to see, because they will have to wait for Oscar a bit. I remember the old days, so well, not that old, like the pre-sloth days, the Calmer and the Seeker gets you to that 2:30 mark just a couple of seconds late, so you can definitely make the timing without the snail, but it's gonna be tight, so I'm interested to see if, especially with Frenny being remote, you don't have to start with it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think myself. Like you said, that 2-minute 30, you could try get both. You could like maybe get Lafayette, leave the disguise up in your apartment, and then get street performer. But that's really ambitious. I don't think we're going to see that from other players. Yeah, I think Oscar is definitely the go-to because of the. Oh, not even. Yeah, you could do Silvio first and then do Oscar after you've done all the targets, so you can get a remote kill and leave on the harbor. That's probably what we're going to see. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I think that's it's one of the approaches, the 3 agonizing seconds before finish, but I think that will happen no matter which room Frenny is isolated in. Shout out to the daily spin players, because I think it's their invention, or at least Blunt and company have definitely done a couple Sapienza spins with therapy lure, because I think if you panic Oscar at the start and you just still rush it for the Francesca isolation, by the time you finish it, so after 3.5 to 4 minutes, Silvio and the and the doctor, sorry, will isolate in the same room as if the mission story is just taking place regularly.
Yeah, look at this. It's like alternate dimension right now. Both players seconds away from each other, the exact same isolation. Although Chris is playing a bit safer with the stairs.
Yeah, Mehdi has the in-game time advantage there. If he's 105 and already down the stairs, I think it's 12 to 15 seconds to him. Chris should also be able to get there before the 2.5 minute mark. And yeah, quick correction. You have to panic Oscar, but also make him sick. Not even sure how that works, but he makes his way to the mansion.
Oh yeah, it's one of those kind of ones where the sickness kicks in afterwards. You see things like that on Viktor Novikov in Paris when he goes to the basement. I think it's a Gordy game I remember it happening on. It's a really good tactic if used correctly, but I know it's still a bit in the air about how sickness works with panics.
Yeah, just gotta love the advanced mechanics, and especially if you can make it work in a RTA match, then that's really the top of roulette.
Yeah, so neck and neck right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, fighting each other, but the timing as well, and it's more crucial for Chris. It's 2:12 right now, and I think he will be tighter, but by 2:35 he should be very close to that room, and may just have to be a double KO. I don't think he will have enough time to jack her to the side room, but he will get to Francesca. It's probably the main thing there. Mehdi's in a much better spot. He will be there by 2:33.
Yes, so close right now. Only goes for the knockout. And yeah, he does knock out the other guard.
And this is where the weirdness begins, at least for Sapienza, not players themselves, because this primary guard is much less random than the secondary guard, and if this first one is disposed, then the other one becomes the main guard, and then from here it's kind of a gamble. But of course Chris has disguise. Can he find Francesca? What I'm saying is that the players couldn't really leave her here for eternity because of the other guard, but they both did very well to bring the disguise up here, and Chris with the first kill already. Mehdi tries to be safe and lures another guard, which is either Franny's guard or just someone from that room.
And yeah, I think that safety is a massive lead for Chris since Mehdi dealt with it, because Chris brought her into the bathroom because of that double door buffer for the explosion and dealt with it straight away, so that was pretty smart. Didn't have to worry about any bodies being left around, whereas Mehdi dragged her into the side room. So yeah, big lead here for Chris. Already about to get Silvio, whereas Mehdi hasn't even left the Francesca room yet.
Yeah, 4:02 and still no kill. Mehdi really considering which room to get the kill in, and here it's not double doors from the closest guard, so he will have to do some quick dragging, as Chris has some troubles with the panicking guard. So he shot the panel with a loud pistol, and we've seen one guard with a question mark appearing, but it had to be another guard, and should now be secured, but definitely a bit of a wrench in the plans.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like it's just a street performer left for Christo now anyway. Does have to deal with cams as well, probably when he's down in the lab.
It's that bit of the crucial detour. If the spin was quicker, then it might be something that matters a lot. I think Chris's lead is larger than the camera detour, but it's gonna be close now. Mehdi keeping the green guns may just be crucial for a 2-0 win. He's not opting for isolation in the room, starting in the cover with a silent KO on the first guard and then 2 thrown KOs. He wants to get him on the stairs, which is of course a quicker fall opportunity. I'm gonna take just a tiny bit more until Silvio gets there.
And yeah, of course, the thing with the stairs as well is if you don't deal with it well, you're gonna get spotted by that chef through the window if you have some bodies hanging around the wrong step. And stuff like this is very scary.
Oh god. He was in cover compared to the mentioned guard, but still looked an awfully scary KO by Mehdi, who will now have the second silenced attack, and then he could have done the push, but of course in the wrong disguise, as Chris is just passing and will be peekabooing someone.
Saved by Chris there. He was a bit bamboozled by that, according to that little camera shake he did.
Yeah, I think that's the woman, so that's Rocco's sister with I'm not exactly sure what proxy cycle she's on. I think after the first conversation, which of course both of them triggered after getting Oscar, she's on this weird cycle and just keeps tripping players up, but Chris has managed it very well, and not a lot of the spin remaining.
Yeah, just a bit of... Oh, nice panic from Chris, actually. Did go for that loud pistol strat.
And Mehdi, with a green gun crime notice, Jingles is panicked, but the guns are still fine. And this is the same situation where I don't know if the seeker shot would hit after this panic, because it's not a target lockdown, it's not a full-on alarm of the facility or the hotel or whatnot. I think Mehdi just going to try to wait this one out. Maybe he gets sick after that.
Yeah, meanwhile, Chris is about to do the kill. Looks like he's keeping an eye out for the chef, but I think he's okay as long as he gets green. Keeps his yellow. Yeah.
2 targets down. Now destroy the virus.
2 objectives remaining, the virus and the evidence. Neither all too hard, but the 2 in combination in a hostile area is just that tiny bit of scary stuff. Meanwhile, Mehdi has made it downstairs and still has a seeker shot. He really wants to stay in this. Just in case Chris rips, he would have an almost finished run, but if nothing happens...
Yeah, Chris is making it close. He doesn't have a way to get through the door, so he has to head back up and find something, but of course there's a key card over here in the corner, which he gets.
And Mehdi missed his second seeker shot.
Oh.
So the first one hit, but of course it caused some panic. The second one... Yeah, he's definitely not sick, so the only way to make him puke would be to poison his bottle, but it's minutes from this point. He's going to try the coin trail, and not too many NPCs around, but that will be awfully hard to save as Chris gets really close to the finish now.
Yeah, and Chris grabs that biolab security as well, so making it even easier for himself. Now, he doesn't have... Does he have a silence? I don't think he does. He might just knock out the guard. Yeah, he's going to deal with the guard. Definitely the smarter play.
And one more lure outside. He's not going to shoot anything. He doesn't have a silenced firearm anyway, so just going to use it with his hand, and Mehdi will not try to salvage this any longer. It's situation's too dire, and we'll have to forfeit his 9-minute run. So heartbreaking there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No cameras left for Chris to get clipped by because they're dealt with, and that's the virus.
Objectives complete.
That's going to be our 1-1 going to the decider.
What a decider we'll have.
Yeah,
Because
so excited.
Berlin is the one that's remaining, and Chris is obviously, it's his home map. He's not from Germany, but roulette-wise he lives there. And Mehdi has just done so consistently well on all these maps, so I don't think Chris can afford a rip.
Yeah, honestly, both players, especially Berlin, I feel like it's a bit more... It's a lot tougher to ban for, from what I've seen. I guess Seeker and the medics sometimes make it annoying because Florida Man and stuff like that, but these players definitely have alternatives for those tough ones. Especially Chris, because I'm a bit more familiar with his Berlin.
Yeah, was thinking about these, or just Berlin item bans in general, and players are obviously, we don't have to start bus stop, but even if we were to start bus stop without any loadout, all these accidents are just so easily doable with anything you find on the map, all those firearms and items. And I see one ban now, and I see the other one. Silenced pistol is banned, and the snail is banned again by Mehdi.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I do like silenced pistol as a ban on Berlin. It's not necessary, but it helps with a lot of things. Like you're shooting a propane, distraction shots. You're trying to get up to green on the roof. You usually want to turn around that guy in the chair. Just little things like that to help turn around some people. But yeah, definitely a good ban. Same with snail. Not as useful, but obviously helpful in certain scenarios.
It's an item that's good to have just in general. You don't know what can happen, so without that we will have a bit more interesting time for sure. Still there the emetic device, should you need I suppose dealer Florida man, the two. Oh, okay, well. Looking at the RP matches channel and just the reactions are starting to pop up. And also, oh, I messed up the thing I wanted to say. Let's go back to there. All silenced pistols and snail.
I was literally about to ask. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I'm sure it won't affect them. They're not even in the planning screen yet.
And yeah, I'll just give myself 1 more minute to recover from this. Just sneakily re-adding the message with the delayed timer.
They'll think their eyes are deceiving themselves. I could have swore that said sniper.
Yeah, I think for fairness I'll also message Mehdi because it's not his ban.
Yeah, just in the off chance you'd hate to see player misread or anything.
Although he's... anyway, I just DM him for that reason. Okay, so now let's try to have a spin here from Berlin, of course.
Trying to think what would be something. To be honest, with the bans, they really don't limit anything in terms of what kills that would be tough. Just disguises, I think, like a snail would.
Oh, nice! I picked End of an Era. That's the wrong Hitman 3 mission. Just become such a mess so far, but we will have the last spin in under 2 minutes. Apex Predator, it's more like it. And then 50 past the hour with no time limit. And does this have 2 large firearms? It does not, and I think otherwise this is not pretty, but it's legal regardless. So
that's what we want.
Exactly. No, I don't have the decider statistics. Just of course see that the timer there is no timer. So I'm curious what the longest decider would be in these tournaments, but definitely nowhere near of the legendary 2 hour and 8 minute decider between the buff guy and Soviet duo, the longest ever spin.
Wow.
Which is...
yeah, I probably wasn't even around back then.
RR6.
Whenever that one happened. Oh, so definitely not, no.
Would be 1 year ago next month. And after that, there was a couple of tournaments where the decider was limited in 60 minutes, and should there be no finish by then, another decider map is spawned, and that happened once or twice. But
oh wow, yeah, that one's even more punishing. You gotta restart every hour. You can't even work off of the stuff you already accumulated in the 2 hours and 8 minutes. Yeah, I'm excited to see this spin.
Yeah, just 20 more seconds, and yeah, what I was going there is that don't don't really see that happen here. Even with the item bans, these are two very capable players, and I think in Berlin you just always find a way somehow, and they will have to find a way to kill these 5 targets the following way. Observer?
Oh yeah, I can take this spin. So we have agent number 1, falling object as the biker. Agent number 2, fall as the Florida man. Agent number 3, drowning as the club crew. Agent number 4, sniper rifle as the bartender. And agent number 5, consumed poison as Rolf. So yeah, interesting. Would have been nice to see sniper rifle if sniper rifle was banned. Of course, Tremaine's one. But yeah, decent enough spin.
Nice, or important to clarify that technically possible to get a silenced pistol on the map, it would require the bus stop start, so it was banned. It didn't come up. This is the first spin I got, but
oh, of course, it was
stuff.
Agent Price carries one.
Agent Price, yes.
Oh wow, yeah. Never thought of the benefit of that. I always just assumed the benefit was the combat knife for bus there, but that's another argument for it. But of course, not a running.
I suppose if you want a quick suit next snap, suit combat knife, or suit silence pistol kill, then you have a nice strat for that. But the other 4 targets would be really hard there.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to deal with the clash back from chat if you started bus stop or radio tower. They don't like that one.
Yeah, it's very controversial apparently.
Yeah, a lot of timings in this. Falling object, biker. We'd like to see, and I think we saw in the previous match was, what's his name? Rhodes, who's actually in the biker area, has some bricks above him, which is not one we see commonly used, but it's really nice to see it when players think of that.
It's especially good for I guess backup when there's a roll spin and you still want to do the falling object outside. So what I did there is to get the other 4 kills and then trying to find the falling object, and Swan just finished walking under the disco ball, which would be probably the primary one, and then there's still Rhodes, and
wow, look at that kill from Chris.
Brilliant, right?
That's like it's like a contract kill. Like, you just know the timings. I know it's kind of used in the Silent Assassin route, killing Green around that spot, but yeah, that's really nice from Chris.
It's brilliant, and he's the only moving target there until Floridaman spawns up there, but target should be hidden for as long as possible. Chris with some buffers, was hoping that it's not a crash. We haven't had a crash lately, luckily, from Chris.
Yeah, the game definitely seems to be a bit sensitive lately for a lot of players with more crashes, but thankfully it's not affecting them.
Yeah, so far it's nice to see, and yeah, hoping for a fair and even decider. Oh, but there's the body found, 123. So I would have a hard time thinking of which cycle could do that, because those are 2 stationary NPCs up there.
Exactly, yeah. Maybe he just did his super ultra head turn just to screw him over, but yeah, unfortunate for Chris. Wonder if he's going to keep trying it.
I think he's looking at another angle. He has a good view generally over the rooftop, but not every part is visible. It's going towards the middle. And first a bullet distraction, and then just the kill. I suppose it can still be, yeah.
Yeah, I hope if it doesn't work out for Chris this time, he does opt to leave it, because it's going to cost him a bit of time. And funny enough, I think an item actually fell off of Green, and one of the targets picked it up because it fell off the roof.
I saw the question mark there. It was very confusing, but actually hilarious that one of the items is, I guess, the earpiece, because the concealable knife they don't really pick up. I guess it could be the two-handed SMG.
Yeah, definitely could be. We'll see very soon if he keeps the red guns, or the green guns even. Nice seeker as well.
And that's gonna be the drowning kill secured really shortly. Looking to clear this area with 1 KO and 1 pistol shot. That's now
Yeah, very nice.
2 easy biker disguises to get, but I think he just wants to exit quicker, but the panic ends the seeker animation there and going to delay him just a bit more, as at least 1 more seeker shot and the emetic device, but probably for Florida Man later on.
Yeah, I hate when this happens pretty frequently. I've seen a lot of players, you can even be through that door and still hear a shot sometimes. So, yeah, just unlucky from Chris. And we did get a kill there from Mehdi as well. I think we got Falling Object Biker onto Thames. Definitely one of the go-tos for Falling Object.
And the panic spreading to the other biker made both of them look into that room, and eventually the non-target saw the body, so it's not even salvageable at that point, and Chris has to restart now. I think it's 3:15 on the other end, so it's a 3-minute lead for Mehdi.
Yeah, massive lead right now, assuming no rips or major panics like we just saw.
Mehdi is very methodical. He's in the biker disguise, but I think he's looking at a fall isolation.
Yeah, definitely. I do think he'd be. Now I think about it, it's the only. Yeah, it's the only one. Well, he could do sniper rifle bartender. Oh, and we got a restart.
He made him sick. I thought it was a thrown distraction into this corner and then KO and just dump in the water when you have Florida Man, which is of course far away. But I suppose he was looking for a drowning kill there, and Swan is the one that's usually just lured into those porta potties. So I guess that was his hope, and then just the target didn't want to go there.
Yeah, I think he realized I need one for Florida Man and I need one for drowning, and I only have 1 left now because of that mistake. So nothing wrong with deciding it straight away. Can sometimes save you time if you just decide it in the moment.
Yeah. Sorry, just like when you are in this situation, it's such a tough equation in your mind, because do you want to give up the 3 minutes for nothing because it's a run that is still going, or do you think that you will be delayed by more than 3 minutes because of the item loss, as Chris has to restart again? I think that was
Usually you get away with that KO on Thames, but he must have just been a bit too close to them.
Yeah, I was gonna say that area has been working for me. It was frontal KO. I don't think it should matter, and maybe I guess the body was falling barely inside their view cones.
Yeah, super unfortunate if that was the case, just the body falling the wrong way. Yeah, another quick restart from Chris. Definitely finding it tough to get rolling in this spin, but no kills currently from either as they're both after restarting so soon.
Chris has changed his approach somewhat, at least. He's looking for a seeker on Swan in the first place, and we already know where he would be going. Florida Man's still very much out of the way, so I'm curious what that would mean in the later runs. But I guess Chris is also banking on the fact that Swan goes to the toilets for a drowning prompt.
Yeah, definitely.
And he goes to the left, so he got it with the very early seeker shot, which Mehdi couldn't get.
Yeah, if he gets the sniper kill, he's going to have 2 kills down very fast. The drowning and the sniper rifle.
And Biker, Florida, Rolf are 3 disguises that are all easy to acquire, or only acquirable at the bottom floor, so it's possible that he would go downstairs for those. But Consume Poison is a setup, Fall is done upstairs, and Falling Object is just all over the place, but also not at the bottom floor, because this is gonna be a really long spin, even though Chris will have 2 kills in 1 minute 15.
Yeah, definitely. It's those kills are really tough. If you don't know the timing, you're gonna be guessing and moving around 3 minutes for each kill just to wait for them to kick in, because you can't do other things when you're waiting. So you might just hit the moment where someone takes a sip of a drink, and that's the poison kill.
Yeah, speaking of poison, I would imagine that that could be a relatively soon kill for Chris, just setting up upstairs, be it the street food or
Yeah, so many
Davenport Street.
options.
Yeah.
Even we don't see it as often, but if you want to get it quickly, if you're not sure of the timing, Tremaine's a brilliant one. If you get Rolf and go up to him,
I think that's a very interesting, nice way to end the spin. You go upstairs, you poison the bottle, and by the time you get downstairs, you get the kill and can exit.
exactly, yeah, and it's pretty safe as well because if you know his cycle is short, then I think it's only like 1 minute 20 seconds between every sip of the drink, so not too bad. And Rolf isn't too far away from here. You just go down those stairs and down the pipe, and you're pretty much next to him.
Mehdi also gets the drowning. That's his first kill at 3.5 minutes, but more setup has been done, and he's also getting closer. He's actually closer to the 505, and he might just be stopping here. He has the poison. He can poison the cup in that disguise, I'm fairly sure, but we just wait for it. Either way.
I didn't know that, actually. I haven't actually attempted to poison this much, but club crew's allowed as well. I assumed it was just bartender, but...
Oh, I'm sorry, I got it wrong.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure that I wasn't lacking in the knowledge.
So you start in the club crew area basically bartending, but you can't poison the bottles, or like...
Yeah, it's backwards.
It's so, yeah.
Club security can't carry a scrap sword, but if you're a biker, then happy days.
Oh, all those firearm incompatibilities is just so weird. But very importantly for Mehdi, he's 30 seconds away from the Davenport poison, and he was trying to get a skip or drop here, I feel like, but now he's legging it down there, and that will be really close.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know if he'll make it to the door by 5 minutes. There is a bit of leniency, I think, in Davenport, because he did pick up an item, maybe? No, that was with Chris, never mind.
Sadly,
the previous attempt.
The one thing that may help Mehdi, who is now on corner subdue waste, so 50 more seconds, he's gonna be late. He's gonna save. Maybe the console cycles are just a bit slower, which happens on some maps and by some seconds, but just couldn't get it here. So now it is Chris with 4 minutes on hand and 3 kills down.
Yeah, super unfortunate for Maddie there. It's just one of those things, if you don't know the timing, then you're just gotta risk it. Or just take the kind of 2 minute loss of just going down, getting Rolf coming up, and then just watching him drink it. But yeah, nice lead for Chris now. Has the 2 toughest kills, probably. I think it's Florida Man and Rolf, if I'm not mistaken, left for him.
I think so as well. Oh, he's not... Did he try a lure and it didn't work? Oh, someone outside again. This is the first time I saw it happen the other day. But I guess it's just people are throwing it too close. Too close in time after closing the door, and it's still considered open or something. This should be definitely Rolf's.
Players have really gotten some unlucky hitman mechanics today with side KOs and just so many little things are unfortunate, throwing them off.
And look at that by Chris.
Oh.
After this delay, he still gets the disguise at 503 or so, a good 2 seconds before the kill has popped in. It's all legal, but was close and a bit scary, and Chris definitely didn't want to miss another throw there, because that would have been his run end.
Oh, I thought I was going to get a head turn. Unconscious witness there. He was on the path for it, but he was fine.
It could happen there, and Chris was also scared about this possibility, Montgomery and his guard reaching the security hub, but he gets them before they get down there, and Chris now has two additional targets isolated. For Florida Man, I'm not sure which of those would work. I think it has to be someone else.
I don't even think Montgomery has an opportunity, because no, you'd have to deal with those 2 guards over by the top of the pipe leading down to Rolf's area. But yeah, there's not really many good fall opportunities, so Yeah, nothing wrong with getting those extra targets knocked out as long as they don't see you do anything. So you don't have to go back and kill them.
Yeah, he kept his green guns very nicely and will not have to kill any additional agents as things stand. But there is a way, a lot of dragging and a bit difficult, scary with the technician, but you can drag it all the way through Rolf's office, but it's going to be 45 seconds of dragging there. I think he would rather
Oh,
use
yeah.
it somewhere else.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think that's like the lowest point of the map. You wouldn't think there's a fall kill there. But that's definitely a good opportunity if you did want to go for it. Probably not too bad, and you might consider it because you'll have an exit pretty close as well.
And he's going downstairs. So, of course, not a lot of options remaining. 4 agents killed, another 2 pacified, so we can almost deduct which are remaining. I think Rhodes remain, and currently I don't know which the other 2 were.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that one you just said, and for fun. A little bit of dragging.
Becomes the bartender first, then the biker. Okay, just... I guess he doesn't want to be trespassing, at least.
Oh, and he knows he's scared of a couple of people here. These 2 are the worst of it. The 2 technicians, like you said. And it's almost like you can hear his thought process, isn't it?
Well, I can hear his screams. No, he's a very calm and collected person, but I would be, please don't go here, please don't go here. Very tense, and I don't think this is something that he would do. Of course, he has done hundreds and hundreds of spins, but this is not a situation you often find yourself in. A 4 kill at the very bottom, 8 minutes in as the last kill. In a decider, nonetheless.
Yeah. Exactly, and yeah, Snail would come in handy here, wouldn't it?
Apparently the bands are coming in clutch, and I guess if these 2 bikers will stop interacting with 47, which they will now, and just looking towards the distance, they won't have a head turn towards 47 and Montgomery, and it's just a long and painful and anticlimactic drag, but it will end the run with the 5th kill.
Yeah, it goes to show the 1 kill. I think I put like an extra 3 minutes on the clock, maybe 3.5 just for Chris. I think he was around 6 minutes when he was heading over to Florida Man. So it's a big time loss in terms of like the spin finishing for him. But looks like he's gonna get it.
Yeah, a very awkward combination of kill methods with the 3 accidents and the basically accidental consume poison kill, and the disguise is all downstairs, and these are better to do upstairs, but sub 10 steal from ChrisX3 and comes back to win this round 4 match. Really extraordinary spin, but well played by both.
Yeah, and looked like Mehdi was getting the ball rolling again. He got the poison kill that he was trying to get earlier, but yeah, a bit too late now. It's just about to get Florida Man, but a lot more to do.
I would usually,
yeah,
I would wait for the 5-star essay, but most of these kills were already accidental, so I spare Chris from it. And
oh yeah, of course, yeah.
This ends the run here. Wow, what a nice effort from Mehdi. What a tournament. 3 wins in the lower bracket and only losing to Chris, who will now guaranteed to be a top 4 finisher, and who knows how far he will get. Can be very proud of himself in his rookie run.
Definitely, yeah. I even see Chris saying it himself, far beyond an amazing first tourney performance for sure.
So this means that we have to say goodbye to Mehdi, Ebramadi on Discord, and make it official when I can log into tournament, not the brackets. Shouldn't be more than a couple minutes. I have updated, so once I can go to the brackets tab, just so confused by all this, but we'll get there in a second.
No worries at all. Yeah, I want to come back from Chris. That was... I'm sure he's definitely happy with that.
Yeah, there you have it. Not sure if it's Chris's closest match so far, but I guess we can see 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, now the 2-1, but definitely tensest match. Very long and painful Berlin, but very nicely put together, and he will be facing, well, myself, but more importantly for top 3 spot in loose bracket round 5, and with Mendo versus Giannini still in the winners bracket, we know now our final 4, and these 2 matches will be played, and of course the loose bracket final most likely on Saturday, and lastly the grand final on the 31st of July. I guess any combination is still possible apart from Chris and myself, because of course one of us will be eliminated now. Gunther says it's an all admin final 4. Yeah, very rigged.
Yeah, I was literally about to say, I was just checking the admin page to make sure you all were, but yeah, that's crazy that all 4 of you are battling for the top 4 spots. Definitely a crazy display. It's gonna be so fun to watch those.
It was really nice to see everyone play, but I guess it's the part of the community. Most of the players, we could say, that are either admins or heralds or shoutcasters, of course, have multiple roles, so it's just really nice to see everyone compete there, and all these great plays so far. And we will have 4 more matches. We've had well more than 20, and luckily no forfeits either, no issues there, just a single 1-0 score that indicates the 1 Haven tie. All the 30-minute timers have been cleared otherwise, so just been a blast so far.
Yeah, it's been a very fun tournament as of late. So many good displays, like we said, with Mehdi and stuff, but
especially all these, well, I guess the one new phase, but everyone having their time to shine in the double elimination bracket with 2 matches is also great to see. Upcoming matches tab, it is now getting emptier. There would be 5 matches to show if there were 5 matches left, but there are only 4. First, Mendo versus Giannini tomorrow at 10 p.m. Central European Summer Time. ChrisX3 versus myself, I would wager we would also play tomorrow before or after that match, and then, as I said, the losers final most likely on Saturday, and the grand final definitely on Sunday, so do not miss these 4 matches. It's gonna be great. So, any takeaways from this match, Observer?
yeah, just GG's to both players. Mehdi played amazing and Chris clutched it out. You can't really ask for more from either of them. Like, they both played better than I think they were expecting to at the beginning. But yeah, I can't wait to see what this grand final is going to be like. I'm not even sure who's going to be in it, because all 4 of these players are really good, and I can't wait to see who makes it. It's been a great tournament so far, and interesting dynamic kind of evolving from it with these bands.
Yeah. It's a big gauntlet coming up for ChrisX3, the only winner, at least in Providence events, so he will have to win 3 more matches to become a champion again. I think otherwise none of Mendo, Yanni or myself have won before, so that's also a bit of stakes on the line for the operative role, but otherwise just going to be 4 great matches. And I'm really happy that you could join me for this one, and it went all the way, so
yeah, exactly. You love a 3-round match.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting more of these as well as the play gets the level of play gets higher and the players get closer in skills. So we will probably have a bit more, hopefully. But until then, until tomorrow's match, I want to say GG's to players again. Thank you everyone for watching. Thanks Observer for joining me again, and see you guys next time.